Hello peeps, TwistedFoot here, bringing you a video on a game that I just recently started playing. I guess it's been a little while now. It's been about 47 days or so since I started playing this game. Game called Lords Mobile. Basically what I want to do this video is just kind of give a overview of the game and an overview of my main account in the game. Now, I did a practice recording a week or so ago, but I didn't post the video for it. I'm using Nox Player on my PC to play the game on my PC and to also record the gameplay. And yeah, I've been enjoying this game quite a bit. I wouldn't mind doing some videos on it, some more videos on it in the future, but currently I am obviously fairly new to the game, so I'm still learning quite a bit about the game, and my account is still really small, so I don't know really how many people are going to really want to watch a small account videos on a small account, but I wanted to do something because I wanted to show everybody what I have been playing lately, and this is it. So this is Lords Mobile. It is a mobile game. You can get it on Android and on iOS, and there are several pretty decent emulators that you can download onto your PC to be able to install. Basically, it's an Android emulator, and then you can open the game and play it on your PC. So for anybody that hasn't ever played this game, this is what your turf looks like. And when you first start out, you have this area here, and you have to unlock the different stages. You get this area to start, and then you unlock this area, and then you unlock this area up here, and then this area, this little grouping here. Then I believe you go up to this grouping here, and then back down to this grouping, and then this grouping over here, and then finally followed up with well, somewhere in there you get to do these buildings, and then last is this group here. And this was just recently changed not too long ago, when all of these buildings and the familiars were added into the game. So I guess basically what you could do is you get a castle, and you can port around to other castles. These are members of the guild that I'm in, and you can port around to different castles, and there's lots of other different castles, lots of different guilds in the game. And it is PvP, so you can port over. Like if I wanted to, I could port over to like right here. I could transfer to that spot right there, and then I would be in a position to be able to attack any of these castles that aren't shielded. Like this guy's shielded, this guy's shielded, this guy's shielded. Now if I look at this guy's castle, his current might is 20,451,000. So my castle might, or my might, is just a little bit higher than his. So in theory, I should be able to take him if I wanted to, but might doesn't always necessarily tell the whole story. It's a pretty good general indicator of how well your account is doing, but it doesn't give you like any attack boost or anything like that. It's a lot just a bragging number. But you get might by researching. There's this building here is the academy, and this is where you do all your researching. So this is where you learn all your skills. I'm working on a lot on my military tree. There's the different tier of troops. You start out with tier 1 troops, and then you, through your training and your research, you eventually get down and you unlock your tier 2 troops, which are the gladiator, catapult, sharpshooter, and reptilian rider. And then you slowly research more and more, and you get down and you unlock your tier 3 troops. And then the final tier is your tier 4 troops, and these are very expensive to not only make, but the researches are very expensive. You have to max out all of these. So I got a decent start to it, but you also have to have castle level 25 in order to even start those researches. And I believe, so if we click on one of them, we can hit research. It'll tell you all of the things we need. Academy level 25. We need to get Army Offense 1 level 10. So if we look at Army Offense level, to get this up to 10, we need level 8 for defense and level 8 for health. And to get those, we need all of those. So it follows basically a chain, but you have to have all of these maxed out. This is your economy tree, which does a lot of your construction speed, your harvesting, your production of your resources that are needed for upgrading and researching. If you look at like, this is the one that I'm currently researching, but if I wanted to do the cavalry defense and I want to research this, it requires 3,598,897 gold, 1.5 million ore, 2 million wood, 2 million stone, and 1.2 million food, plus all of these previous requisites. So you need your resources, and there's a couple different ways that you can get your resources. You can either have these 4 spots here, and then all of these spots on the bottom are where you can build your resource buildings. So these are lumber mills. I currently have 5 lumber mills, and I produce 22,369 timber per hour. And this one produces 22,000. Total, I produce 82,318 timber per hour, and I can store 5,323,000. And what's important about your storage is like right now I'm at 5.5 million resources for wood. Being that I'm at 5.1 or 5.5, I'm over this total timber storage. Currently, I am not producing any timber. You only produce timber or the resource if you're under your storage. Now, obviously, you can have more storage than what you have, but once you hit that storage level, you won't make any more. So let's just go over some more of the buildings that I have and the way that I have my turf set up. So more of the resource buildings. The other way that you can set up your resources, see, like I have my resource buildings kind of almost evenly. I have the five lumber mills. I have 4 mines, or those are quarries. 4 quarries and 6 mines. Well, 7 plus 1 on each of them if you count these. And the farm, I only have 1 farm. And the reason you only use 1 farm is that no matter how many farms you have, your upkeep of your troops and your army, you'll never be able to match that. So if you look at this resource here, it's flashing red because my intake, or my upkeep, is greater than my production. And there's no way, even if I would make all of these be farms, I don't think I still would be able to make enough food in order to stay positive. And you don't have to worry about staying positive just because you don't have food. Your troops aren't going to die from starvation or anything like that. It just means that if you did have food, it would be dropping and it would be basically going to waste. So what majority of people do is just have 1 farm, and then they either split up evenly the rest of the buildings throughout these spaces, or you could put one type of resource, and that would be called a hyper farm. So I could convert all of the rest of these over to lumber mills, and then I would be a lumber hyper farm. And actually one of my alt accounts that I have is, or was, set up as a hyper farm for wood. I have been thinking about taking out these quarries for the stone and converting them over to wood, because wood right now has been the greatest resource that I've been running out of. So I've been doing a lot of gathering of wood, and I would like to gather more stone, because when you gather resources, you also have a chance of getting additional items that are utilized for crafting gear. And if you go into this building, here is our workshop, and if we look at some of our equipment, or that you can craft, one of the items that's really important to make is an item called a lunar flute. And this gives us at gold grade, it gives us a research speed boost of 26%. So some of the researches, when you get into the higher levels, they take days to do. So having crafting these types of equipment will lower that time that's required for the researches. But if we look at and we open this up, say we want to forge this, one of the primary, these are the different grades. Basically you got to start down at the bottom grade, and then you work your way up to green, to blue, to purple, and then to legendary. So you start off with the bottom one, and one of the primary resources that are utilized for this particular item is called platinum. And you get platinum from maybe found while gathering from rocks. So what you do is you go out into your world and you find the different rock piles. So here's a rock pile that has 720,000 stone on it. So what you would do is you would highlight this, you would hit gather, and then you hit your troops, and then you hit this button here, and it'll send your troops out to go gather all of that stone. And I'm actually going to do it on this level 4 one, because level 4 ones have more stone available, and then they also have a higher chance of having those rare materials. So we're going to go and actually gather on this one. So we're sending out some troops to go gather. This is what the world view looks like. Some of the HUD items. This is tab that basically tells you what items or what's happening in your turf, as far as what your troops are doing, if you have research going on, construction going on, merging, transmuting, basically all of the different timers that are going on your account. You can open that and close that to make more space visible. This will show you what your army statuses are. So I have one army out that is walking to go gather rocks at this location. You can click the little tab, tells you what you sent out to go gather. Obviously you can recall, you can speed them up to get them there quicker by pushing this button and utilizing the winged boots items, and you can view them to see them walking there. This is your player, so if you click on this, it'll show you your player and all your player information. We'll go over that a little bit more. And then these are your gems. You can purchase gems, or there's ways that you can earn gems in game. This is your energy that's utilized for hunting monsters in the game out in the world. So like Owly is hunting, well, whatever Owly was is dead now, but like you have these different, like this is a voodoo shaman, so we could hunt this voodoo shaman. It uses the energy right here, and there's a lot of things like I'll be able to, that I'll touch base probably a little bit more on future videos. There's a lot to this game, so I don't want to quite make this be an extremely long video and show everything, or I was just kind of touching base on a lot of stuff. This shows your current resources that you currently are carrying. This shows your turf boosts that you can have available. This is the familiar button for your support skills from your familiars. Any of their skills will be listed in here that you can utilize. This is the guild help button, so you click this and it'll pop up, these people have requested help. When you do researches or upgrade any buildings, you can request help from your guildmates, and what it does is basically it takes off I believe it's like a minute of the upgrade time. So and all of this is basically, if you could see, like Abbott has 26 possible helps, Lily has 29, and Owly has 24, and those are all based on your, I believe it's all based on your castle size. So if you look at your castle by clicking on your castle, if I hit the info button, you start out on level 1 castle with the max army size of 1600. You can have one army that you can send out, or one hero available for your army, one army that you can send out, and you get 6 max helps. And there's different stages that you unlock different things. Stage 5, you unlock the trading post. Stage 17, you unlock treasure trove. And where I'm at now is castle number 24. I just hit castle number 24, or level 24 today, which increases my max army up to 160. I can have 5 heroes out in my army, and I can send out 4 armies. And I have 29 available helps when I do an upgrade. And so I'm working towards getting castle 25, which will bump me up a big jump with being able to send out armies of 200 troops with 5 available armies available, and then 30 helps. So if we look at just some of the quick stats for my castle, my wall HP, I have 88,000 HP on my wall, which isn't very much, but everybody says walls don't really do much. Basically, if you get attacked, the attacker will plow through your wall fairly quickly regardless of what you have on there. So it's better to spend your resources and researches from your and using your resources to research other military parts instead of your defense upgrades with your wall and stuff. So this is basically our defense. I started doing some of them, but since I started doing it, I haven't updated any more of this. I just kind of leave the wall be. This is my troops. I have 419,000 troops right now. Obviously my max army size was 160,000. My army limit was 4, and I have 27 total heroes. So this is where it says my hourly upkeep is -1 million. So I would have to have a lot of farms to try to make that positive. And by having all of those farms to try to make that positive, I missed out on all the other resources that we generate that we need for doing the upgrades and stuff. So my training bonus is 131.5%, which has been reduced by 56%. Training limit right now, I can make 2,537 troops at a time. So this is the army that I currently have. 106,000 Royal Guard, which is the infantry, 84,000 snipers, which is the ranged, and 105,000 cavalry, which is the cavalry. And then this is your siege, and I got 15,000 of that. These are all, you can see the little 3 on them. These are all my T3 troops. And T2 troops, I don't have a lot of T2 troops. Basically kind of been killing them off and dwindling them out as I attack and do other things. And then I have my T1 troops, which I don't have any siege in T1. I just have the troops. And what these serve for me is meat shields. So when you attack somebody, the attacker automatically loses 40% of their troops when they attack. So if I attack with, just throw an easy round number, 100k troops, I don't want to send 100k T3 troops because 40% of those troops will die. So what you do is you would send 60% T3 troops and 40% T1 troops, and then your lower tier troops will die first. And these are a lot cheaper to make and a lot quicker to make than these. Obviously my food intake is -1 million. My stones, my hourly production is 102,000. My timber, my available timber and my production is 82,000. My ore production is 92,000. My gold production is 42,000. So we'll go over some more of the buildings. I have, I believe it's 9 manors and 7 infirmaries and 1 barracks. And the reason I run with 1 barracks, some people run with 2 barracks. They'll have 1 less infirmary and 2 barracks. When you run with 2 barracks and you get up to the higher level, like where I'm at, when I say higher level, I don't necessarily mean my higher might level, because there's people that have way more might than I do. What I'm talking about is just building levels. So the max building levels are 25. So when I hit 25 on this, I produce troops at the fairly close to the same. There's things that people can do for wearing gear and other things you can do to increase your troop training speeds. But even though I'm at 25 or 24 million might, once I put this building up to 25, I would produce roughly the same, pretty close to the same amount of troops per hour as somebody that has, say, 100 million might. And with one barracks, I can make on my T3 troops, I can make, I have to unlock this because I just recently upgraded this. So I can make 2,537 T3 troops, and it takes me 18 hours and 15 minutes to train them. Now, if I had 2 barracks, that time would be doubled, and the troops would be doubled too. So I would produce basically 5,000 troops in 36 hours. And where you save some, I believe where you save some things at for that is in the resources. It'll cost you fewer resources, but you produce the same amount of troops. Essentially, it's just with one barracks you get your troops quicker. So every 18 hours I'd get 2,500 troops instead of every 36 hours getting 5,000 troops. So that's why I stick to just one barrack, so that way I get troops quicker. It costs me a few more resources, but that isn't too bad. Infirmaries are, you want to have a lot of infirmaries because you want as many beds as you can. You want to try to have as close. I mean, you need a lot of beds. I don't think you can have enough beds to cover your entire army because I have over 400,000 troops, but I only have 200,000 beds. So when your troops get wounded, they go to your infirmary, and if your infirmary fills up completely full, any troop that gets wounded after your infirmary is full get killed. They're dead. You don't get them back. Troops in your infirmary, like I have right now, I currently have 779 cavalry in my infirmary, can be healed. So let's heal. So these are the resources that are needed to be able to heal my troops. I don't have any food, so I need to open up a food pack, and we need 45,000 food. So we'll just open 230k packs, which will give us 59k food, and then we can hit heal, and it'll take us 13 minutes to heal these 780 troops. I've been working towards getting a lot of my buildings up to, I wanted to try to get all of my resource buildings up to level 20, and I kind of started doing it. I would do one of the buildings, like I did one lumber mill up to 20, and then I did one quarry up to 20, and then I did one mine up to 20, and then I basically started back over. I did another lumber mill and another mine, and I was working on this quarry here where you can see that's up to 18. I have my infirmaries, most of them are up to level 22. I have this one to get up to 22 yet, and that's stuff that I was working on before I bumped my castle up to 23, and then I tried to get to 24, or I went to 24 fairly quickly after getting to 23. When you do upgrades on your buildings, it's a lot like the research. So you click on the building, the button says upgrade. My queue is full because I got that other building going. It tells you like right now I need castle 25 to upgrade this quarry because this quarry is already upgraded to 24. But if we look at this mine, we can hit upgrade that needed castle 21, which we're past, and this needs this much food, so we'd have to click on that and add some food, open some more packs for food. And this was the original time, how much it would take to do without any boosts or anything available to you, and then this is the actual time. So without your researches and everything else, it would take you 2 days and 15 hours to upgrade this. And with all the researches I've done to increase my construction speed and stuff, it drops it down by over a day. Now, I currently have, you look at my gear, I'm currently wearing what war gear I have, which isn't the greatest. I'm only level 57. I've started making some level 60 gear, so when I hit 60 I'll have some better war gear, but this is what I have right now. And then I'm currently set up basically in my war stance or war phase, because there is a event going on right now called Guild Showdown. And this Guild Showdown, basically you takes the top 30 people from your guild, and you will fight against other guilds from other kingdoms, and you compete for these prizes. So if we rank, say we do well and we rank 1, we win our bracket, every person that registered, including the reserve players, get to claim the rewards. So we would get 3 of these showdown troves, and each one of these boxes is going to contain one of these items, and it's just a random chance which one you get. So we would get 3 of those boxes, and we would get 2 of these boxes, which would have some of these random items. So when you register for this, you want to have your war gear on. You want to be spec'd into war spec, and you want to have all your war heroes. And that's another item that I haven't even remotely touched base on, is down here in this level we have, this is your guild button. So you open this up and it'll bring you to your guild page showing all your information on your guild. And if you open this is your mail, and you can do different. This is your system mail. This is your reports from attacks and resource reports when you're out mining or gathering resources. This is your mail from personal mail, like if you get it from your guild mates or just other people. And then this tab is like for saved mails. We have this is your quest tab. So when you complete a quest, you can click this here. You have your admin quest, your guild quest, and your VIP quest. And actually they just reset, and because of the level, my VIP level is 11, I can auto complete my guild quest and auto complete my admin quest. So when we go into the guild quest and the admin quest, we just have to click the button to auto complete it, and we'll get this XP, these resources, and sometimes even materials. So we'll complete all of those, and we'll complete all of the guild quests too. And we got some lava mud there. And then this is obviously the settings and other items. You can look at the rankings. So like our player with the top might is a player named Tomcat. And if we look at him, he's got all legendary gear except for this item. He's got 521 million might and 134 million kills. So he's definitely a big player on this kingdom. This player, Cat Tom, just made a huge push to get over the 500 million might mark 2 within the last like 2-3 days. And then a couple of these other players just recently unlocked their T4 troops too, and are growing in might too. We take a look at the guild rankings. So the biggest guild as far as might is concerned is Clueless Syndicate, TCS. And the guild that I'm in is actually part of the TCS family. So I'm in the Clueless Academy. And we have 1,112,000,000 might for our guild, where TCS has 3.4 billion. Let's see. We have in here is our bag. So this items that we have, chests that we have to open. So I can open some of these in a future video. I mean, I have like quite a few boxes, or quite a few of these chests to open. Some people like to see people opening those chests. Speed ups. This is the gem store, gem mall, so we can use gems to purchase different items in here. The unique items, the resources, speed ups, combat, the different buffs and shields and things like that that you can use for attacking, and we'll go over some of that in future. And then you have your guild shop where you can use guild coins, and you get guild coins by completing guild quests and by pushing the help button for your guild mates. So I don't have any helps available, but if we look at the send help up here right now, there's a 2x event going on, so we get double the guild coins on a daily basis. And I've maxed out mine for the day, but I still, if somebody needs help, hit your help button for your guild mates, help them out. It helps them level quicker. When guild mates purchase items, some of the packs with real money, you get guild gifts. When a guild mate kills a monster, everybody in the guild gets a loot box from it. So these are some of the things that I need to collect yet from our guild gifts. I think that's about everything on it. You can close this and open this if you want to look at it more. Oh, this is our hero tab. So if we look at this, these are the heroes that I have. I'm pretty happy that I just got Lore Reaver is a good army leader, army hero. So if we look at her abilities, she's one of the pay to play heroes that have stats for army, and what you get with army stats is that army stats affect all 3 troop types. So it affects cavalry, ranged, and infantry. Where if you have like Berserker is another one. If you have like Barbarian is a cavalry hero. So he boosts specifically cavalry. Because of the way that I'm kind of trying to play, because when you look at your talent tree, you can't have enough points to max out all your troop types. So it's better to try to concentrate on 2 different troop types. So I'm currently planning on running cavalry infantry as my 2 troop types. So when you look at my heroes that I plan on utilizing for fighting and stuff, I have the three heroes that are pay to play that boost all of the different all of the army types. So I have Lore Reaver is one of them, Berserker is one of them, and Songstress of the Sea is the other one. Now I still need to unlock rank 7 for Songstress of the Sea, and you do that by these trophies. So I need I have this one, but I need to get her up to level 44 or 46, and she's currently only 44. And then this one I don't have, but I also need to get her up to level 52. And then when she ranks up, she will get unlocked. It unlocks this skill, and it also increases your command, and it unlocks this ability too. If you look at some of the ones that I have ranked up already, like Lore Weaver, she's got all of her skills available. And then you look at the battle skills, her command is up to 6,000. What this does is when you look at my max army of 160k, and you have your hero has plus 6,000. So if you add, so let's just fake an attack on, we have this castle here that we could, so if we wanted to attack this castle, we would click on the castle and then you hit attack, and then you got to select your heroes. So I would select, so if I selected this hero, this hero, this hero, and that's, well, it doesn't really matter, I'm not going to send an attack, but if I just selected any of these heroes, these are all of the buffs that these heroes would give my army. And then if you add up all of the different types, so like this one's command is 6,000, 4,000, 6,000, that adds up to 26,000. So if I hit confirm, those are the leaders the heroes that I'm utilizing, and my army size went up by their command, their plus command. So instead of 160k army, I can send 186k. So it's important to level up your heroes. I kind of got started late on my heroes, so I'm kind of playing catch up on the heroes. But that's kind of, I guess that's basically everything for kind of an overview of the game and my account. I guess let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see about my account or any questions you have about the game. In the future we'll go over heroes some more, some of the different gameplay modes that you can do in here. There's the Coliseum, which you pick your best heroes to go against other people's heroes. Actually, it would be nice if I had an entry available to go against this guy, because his might is pretty low. I don't want to reset it. But he's using these heroes right here. So he's got one that's up to rank 7, and these ones are all rank 6. And it shows their different levels of their heroes. So I can go over the Coliseum in the future, go over stuff for the familiars, gear. There's the hero chapters where you can go in to unlock new heroes. Basically, I'm working on trying to get Rose Knight now, but I don't have, my heroes aren't level up high enough. But basically, you go in here and you fight other heroes and stuff. So we'll definitely show what that's like. We'll show what it's like to do some attacks. There's other POIs, basically things called darkness, and these are basically an NPC to kind of replicate what it would be like to rally against another player, to help people learn how to rally and attack. So you practice on these, and as you get better and better at doing the different rallies on the darkness, then you can use that information on how to attack people. So you scout somebody, and then it'll send you back a report. So let's see if I should have some scout reports here. I gotta clear out a lot of these hunting ones. Maybe I don't have any more. Well, this is a report telling me that I got scouted. Alright. Well, you get a report back and then you can see what type of troops that castle has, so then you know what to send in there. Each troop type has a counter, so if you look at the different troop types, so infantry counters range counters cavalry, and cavalry counters infantry. So based on what your enemy has, you'll know what to send to counter their troops. So there's a lot to this game, and there's a lot that I still can cover in future episodes. But we are going to maybe I'll split this into try to split this into 2 episodes, because it did go quite kind of long. But I'm enjoying the game. Things I really enjoy about it is it's actually one of the few games that I actually play on my phones, and so I can play it when I'm away from home. I do have a second account. Basically call it my co-main, and it's kind of my baby account, but I have let's see. If I search for TwistedFoot, it's almost up to 13 million might, and this account is in construction gear, whatever construction gear I have. I haven't done like much for attacking on this account or anything like that. It's just basically been working on leveling it up. So you can see this little mark on top of my castle means that I have prisoners. So if you look, I have 2 prisoners from a guild that I attacked the other day. If we go into our turf, we can click on our prison building, and we could see the 2 players. And you click on here, and we have 2 days left before I can execute this prisoner. And you can set ransoms. You can view the profile of your prisoner's account, or you can release your prisoner. You can also speed up killing your prisoner if you have those items. Obviously you can edit your ransom, and when you execute a prisoner, if you have, I believe it's if you have a at level 25, your troops gain an attack boost if an enemy leader is in prison. Right now I'm not level 25, so I don't get this bonus boost, but when I get to be level 25, actually it's when you get your, I believe it's when you get your, must be when you get your prison up to level 25. So if you're, right now I currently have a player that's level 51. So with the level 51 player, I would currently be getting a 17% army boost, which is pretty awesome. And then there's another building that I haven't made yet that's called the altar, which grants you temporary boosts when you execute leaders. And I haven't been able to build this yet, but if you see, like, The altar grants temporary stat boost when you execute captured leaders. Upgrade to improve boost effects. Executing a leader grants a 24-hour boost. Execute more leaders to extend boost duration. So if you level your altar all the way up to level 25, you get a 38% army attack, which army attack boosts all 3 troop types. You get a 38% army defense, 38% army max HP, and a 21% travel speed. So it's really important too when you're gonna be out attacking and taking on other castles and other guilds and stuff, that you have your altar leveled up as high as you can get it, as quickly as you can, because this is a big jump. When you look at from 22 to 25 is a 10% jump. So I need to work some more on that before I can even craft the first level of altar. I need to get my prison to 17. So, and I'm a ways out from being able to do that. I'm only at level